What is up, YouTube? Coach Kolton here. Today we have legs, and I want to review my blood work for you mid-cycle so you can see exactly how my health is. This is rudimentary blood work. It's the free blood work I get from the VA every once in a while, but I figure it's worth it to kind of show you how my health is progressing and how I'm maintaining it. I've gotten comments on my videos saying that I'm doing a really unhealthy cycle and I'm using way too much, and I'd like my blood work and organ imaging to kind of contradict what most people think and are saying just because they know better than me. Well, I don't know. I'm not trying to be vindictive. I'm just saying it's kind of funny how the internet has a way of bringing about people to your comment section who don't actually know as much as they think they know. This morning, we are going to have breakfast, which is 75 grams of oats, 65 grams of, geez, that's depressing, berries, 10 grams of nut butter, 40 grams of whey protein, 1 egg, 200 grams of egg whites. So honestly, I'm pretty nervous for leg day. This is like the lowest my food's ever been for the past year and a half, more than that. And I'm going to be training legs, which is like the hardest day of the week. So we'll see how this goes, and I'm not too sure I'll be super savvy about it, but we'll figure it out, right? As you saw, I soaked myself in Caitlin's oats this morning. If you were ever curious what 70 grams of berries looked like, this is it. That is it. I don't know what you guys do for your cardio. Sometimes, well, what I used to do is listen to videos and podcasts and do like auditory learning, but recently I've got seriously addicted into like watching Netflix and HBO Plus. I just finished the Cyberpunk anime series on Netflix, and that got me indulged in Cyberpunk the video game now, and now I'm on to finishing Westworld because they put out a new season a while back. That has made cardio go by so fast. Movies while I do cardio saves the day. Eggs are going down again, 200 grams of egg whites and an egg, and then I got my oats actually in the freezer so they cool down. Nice fancy trick for you. If you want like a desserty type texture with your oats, throw them in the freezer. It's gonna make them way better. And here, my friends, is the delicious oats that I absolutely so love with my red velvet whey, which is up there, from MTS Nutrition, 10 grams of nut butter, 40 grams of that whey, and then 75 grams of the oats with 70 grams of berries. So where are you going?
I'm going to work. I work long hours, so like I need to be there at 8:55. Not gonna get out the office until about 7:30, and I drive about 50 minutes to work and back. I'm usually just in the field. I don't have much time to eat, so the way I stay prepared is literally just bringing my handy dandy portable tub of protein and some water, and drink about 5 of these, and then make sure I get my last meal in after my workout, and that's gonna be later on tonight. Usually I do it in the morning, but I had a late night last night, so we're gonna do it later tonight.
That's the grind.
Staying prepared.
Yes, sir. At destination now, about to crush legs. This is gonna be an interesting workout. Like I said, I'm super tired, super depleted. So hopefully it's still a good workout. It will be. It's just kind of a mental thing, but it's still a hard barrier to pass. What do you think about today's leg workout?
I don't want to be here.
A waste truck is leaking into, the smell of it is leaking into destination right now. So it literally smells like cat urine, like almost identical to cat urine, and it's almost hard to inhale. We're gonna go to Hidden Gym and train there because like honestly the smell is just so fucking gross. For all you haters, training calves today. So, can't stand the wire. Here I am. So I'm gonna go through my blood work now and kind of show you what it is. I'm gonna post pictures up here somewhere, so you can kind of follow along. At first, we're looking at vitamin D, testosterone, and TSH. My TSH is low, and that's obviously because I'm using T4 and T3 in combination through this prep. My testosterone is extremely high at a 16 nanograms per milliliter, which is out of range, obviously, but for specific reasons. Vitamin D is at 74 nanograms per milliliter, which is very, very good, pretty much optimal. So everything looks fine there, pretty much where it should be. When we go to the lipid panel, we see the cholesterol is low, oddly enough. This is due to ezetimibe, and this is why I recommend most people in the bodybuilding realm who are taking performance-enhancing drugs are taking 10 milligrams of ezetimibe every day to maintain cardiovascular health and avoid atherosclerotic plaque buildup. Triglycerides are at 58, really good metabolic health. LDL is only at 54. This is very, very low. Most people who are in prep are in the above 100s. So that's well in the reference range and even the lower end of reference range. The HDL is low. That's pretty much inevitable, but it's on the higher end of low, if that makes sense. So we're looking at 27 milligrams per deciliter. Again, ezetimibe, citrus bergamot, 1,000 milligrams a day, probably split 500 milligrams in the morning with citrus bergamot, 500 milligrams at night, can create this amazing effect where you're retaining cardiovascular health. LDL and HDL, there's some controversy whether that even is a valid marker to actually measure cardiovascular health. We'd actually probably want to look at lipoprotein B and lipoprotein A. So those are kind of the more important things. So basically, like, my cardiovascular markers, as far as this blood work tells, is really, really good. Glucose is at 72 milligrams per deciliter, and that is fed too, mind you. That's with breakfast in me. And that's actually post-workout meal in me and everything. So that's really good response. It's about 45 minutes after my meal. Urea nitrogen bun is high. I trained legs that day, and same thing with creatinine, so to be expected. Let's move over to the other blood work here. Sodium, potassium, chloride, everything looks really, really good. Chloride's a little bit high, carbon dioxide's low. This is again likely due to it being in the post-workout environments and me just having respirated a lot throughout my workout and expended a lot of oxygen. Bilirubin's fine. Liver enzymes are good. AST's a little bit high, but that's just because I got off Accutane a month and a half ago. But relatively speaking, they're in perfect spots. I'm seeing no concerns here. Everything looks good. And then we scroll over to bun and creatinine ratio, a little bit high. Nothing I'm seriously worried about. Again, this is post-training, so a little bit disrupted. And then the only thing that's a little concerning is the EGFR of 61. That's pretty low, so it's something I'm definitely going to check in on. EGFR is measuring basically kidney function and making sure that your kidney's filtrating everything it needs to be appropriately. And so that is a little bit low, which is slightly concerning, but more than less, I believe it's probably due to a plethora of other issues. Now going to white blood cells, red blood cells, everything looks good. Red blood cell count is right where it needs to be. White blood cell count is a little bit elevated, and this is probably just to the effect of injecting exogenous hormones into my body that is going to cause an immune response irrespective of pharma grade or not. You're putting an outside of your body substance inside of your body that's going to cause an immune reaction. Even when you eat food, it's going to cause an immune reaction acutely. Everything else on this looks good. MCV is good, MCH is good, MCHC is really good, and red blood cell distribution width is also, it's a little bit high, but still kind of to be expected with where things are at in prep. All very in check, everything looks good here, nothing to really mention. Hemoglobin H1C is 5.2, so really good, again, metabolic health. What does this tell me? It's rudimentary blood work, and I'd like to see a lot more, of course, but this was just the free blood work I got from VA, and it just tells me I'm gonna get health. Like, the cycle is not so outrageous that my health is deteriorating. The ancillaries I'm putting in place are maintaining my metabolic health as well as my cardiovascular health. I don't seem to be having an awful immune response to the things I'm doing.
currently, and that's really good for me. The only kind of slightly concerning thing is the EGFR, and I'd have to do research on that. I don't actually know if acutely it's affected by training. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on those and doing blood work within the next 10 or so weeks to see where that goes. So that is me, like, using the pinnacle of the amount of drugs I'm probably going to be using for this entire prep. As we progress, we're going to be dropping the equipoise out, and if you don't know what my current cycle is, refer to the last video. So we're going to be dropping equipoise out and then just throwing more Mastron in and basically lowering the total androgen load as we approach the show. What I've seen anecdotally, what my coach has seen anecdotally, is when you start to increase the dosages as you get closer to the show, it's only going to cause more inflammation and more stress in the body, actually hindering a result that you'd like to get. So we kind of pull it out closer to the show and rely more on acute drugs like acetate, esters, and as well oral compounds to manipulate the look and texture of skin. So everything looks good. I'm pretty happy with this blood work overall, and you know, it's not bad at all. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. I appreciate all of you. Deuces.